Hello everyone, welcome to my page. I am Haley and the Black German Shepherd is Lucian and the Brown Lab is Coco Chanel. So here I am, I'm doing a training session. I'm going to kind of show you what a training session looks like for me. This is a pretty basic training session for my dogs. We do kind of a lot more here, but here, as you can see, I'm kind of dancing around, moving around, and what I'm doing here is just asking for engagement from my dogs. So I'm not asking for a whole lot. As you can see, Lucian barked at me. He's not getting rewarded for that. I'm waiting for Coco's eye contact. And that's where, because Coco, he will, as I dropped food earlier too, so he's kind of scrounging around the floor for food. So I'm singing to the dogs, I'm dancing, I'm making noises, I'm being playful, making it kind of a fun, interactive training session, but also working on their engagement. As you can see, Lucian doesn't have the patience the best. When I work with Coco, so I don't reward Lucian's behavior for that. I go back to Lucian, I dance around, he's engaging, he's giving me eye contact. As soon as I say yes, that is when he comes near me, and that's when I'm not asking them to sit. They often do sit in this command or in this exercise, but I'm not asking them to sit. They're just, I'm just asking for eye contact. So here, I'm kind of teaching, we're going to be teaching touch this next. They've learned touch a little bit. They haven't worked with it a whole lot. So this is kind of where I do have food. I'm holding my hand in a 4 with the pieces of kibble, and I am teaching them to touch my hand with their nose or mouth. Lucian often licks my hand. I'm not saying that's bad. Doesn't bother me. I have food in my hand anyways, and when I'm asking for touch, I'm ultimately going to give him a treat right now. So that's what we're working on. And every training session I do with the boys' kibble. So they each have their own food. That's why I'm doing out of 2 different training pouches. So my dogs will eat 1 meal a day in their maize bowl with some bone broth and kind of hydrated kibble. With some probiotics. They eat 1 meal a day like that in their bowl, and then the other 2 meals, the other 2 cups that they eat are, as you can see, Lucian did a really good touch there. He got rewarded, yes. Coco will also touch, reward, yes. And as soon as they touch, I say, yes, reward, okay? So with my dogs, I do training sessions with the other 2 meals during the day, and this is my nightly training session. So this is a little bit, we usually do a lot of heel or spins or in between my legs, forward, back, but tonight I just kind of wanted to make my first video for you guys and show kind of a simple training session that you can do with your dogs, whatever stage they're at. You can see Coco's not wanting to offer the touch, and so he wanted to give me a paw. He wanted to lay down. Finally, he touched my hand. That was when he was rewarded. Lucian licks my hand. Reward, yes. Coco, reward, yes. Okay. So that's kind of what we're doing here. It's a boring training session. They're not crazy. Here I am putting my hands out, asking for more engagement. Yes, reward. And the first training sessions, you want to just get them into that engagement where they know that looking at you, they get a reward. Looking at you, getting a reward. This will help with a lot of the other training things that come to follow. So we're still now we're going to go ahead and get up and do a couple other things. And Lucian is wanting to heel work. He wants to You can see he wanted to do his little prance and get next to me. So now we're going to do some touch within a heel position or just a with me position. I'm not asking them to heel. I'm not asking them with me. The difference between heel and with me, heel is where they are engaged, making eye contact with you. And with me is when they are just walking with you. But like I said, here I'm not asking for anything besides touch. So I am walking, touch, touch, and they are touching my hand, and then I release the food into their mouth. And so in here I do lure Coco with the food and touch, and we walk. They walk next to me. Lucian knows kind of. You can see Lucian will spin with me. Coco doesn't quite know. So Coco is very food driven. He wants his food. So if I drop any kibble, he is there at his food. And that's okay. I'm not asking him to get his food. I'm not asking him to leave it. I'm not asking him to wait. So I do not mind him getting the food that I drop, because sometimes I grab a couple too many kibble and they don't fit between my thumb and my fingers. So it's easy for me to drop some. So Coco there, he's touch. Lucian, I drop some, touch, and he touches. Okay? You can see my glasses are falling down, and that's why I try to scrunch up my nose. All right. And here we're just continuing a touch. All right, let's see here. Still continuing a touch. All right, and you can see you have to be careful. Lucian gets a little bit where he mouths my whole hand, but see how he has my whole hand in his mouth. So we have to work on that a little bit. But we're working. He's also used to doing a little bit more and getting more treats at once, because I do a lot of jackpot rewards with his doing. I usually do multiple commands, but you don't have to have your dog. I mean, I understand that that's not exactly a behavior that you want as your dog, your whole hand going in their mouth. If you just touch, there we go, you can work on that to make it more gentle. As you can see, Coco is a little bit more gentler with his, and Lucian tends to want my whole hand, which he's just very excited. That's something I can work on. This is just our first training video, and seeing things back and seeing how things go. But when I release it, I kind of put my hand in his mouth so that none of the food falls out. And I kind of cut my hand, and then so here we're just stepping back. I'm going to ask them to sit. Coco waits a minute. Oh, I actually asked for eye contact. I asked for engagement. I didn't ask for anything. I'm not asking for anything. I'm literally just waiting with my hands in the food, eye contact. You can't really see that. I've asked them to sit. Now I will walk a circle around them, and this is something that you will work up to. Not all puppies. I'm dancing behind them. You see Coco twists because he wants to see me. I'm just dancing, having fun, making sure they stay seated in the position that I put them. And that is hard for a puppy to do. I've worked with Coco for about a month now, and I finally can go in a full circle around him without him getting up. They do still look at me. They want to know what I'm doing, but as long as they can twist their head and see me, that's fine. As long as they're not getting up from their seated position. So I'm rewarding here, and now we're doing touch back as I walk away. Touch. All right. Here I'm doing a front. I'm walking into them and stepping into their space and rewarding. Yes, reward. Here with Coco, I'm going to step into his space. I'm not giving any commands here besides sit, and then I walk up to them. Sit. Yes, reward. Sit. Yes, reward. And again, engagement here. So I'm moving my arms, which has the food in it, and I'm asking for eye contact. So as long as I have eye contact, that's what I'm keeping, and then I reward. So if they're not giving me eye contact, I will calm it down a little bit. But they're doing, Lucian's not paying attention, but here, still waiting, still dancing, eye contact, eye contact, eye contact, reward. I make my eye contacts a little bit longer. I don't use a word for this right now in this training session. I am literally just getting them comfortable with, or getting them used to making eye contact with me, and then they get rewarded. So reward with eye contact. Here I drop a couple pieces of food. They go to it. So we're just continuing that. Continue rewarding there. And like I said, I do training sessions with my dogs a couple times a day just to continue getting them built up, continue working. Lucian has done service dog training with me for 4 years now, so he knows a little bit more and is a little bit more driven to work for me. Coco, I had never done any kind. I'm showing you there that I have nothing in my hands, and I'm asking for touch. But I have never done any kind of training with Coco until a month ago, about 30 days ago. So you can see that he is driven to work, and he's excited to be included in our training sessions now, and he wants to work, and he does really well. You can see him doing really well here. He's offering me a sit. I'm asking for both of them to sit. Coco sat first. Now I'm asking them for engagement. Both made eye contact with me. Yes, reward. Lucian's food is on the left. Coco's food is on the right. That is why they both have different foods. Like I said, that is why I have to feed them out of different pouches. If they get each other's food, it's not that big of a deal, but that's why I cross my hands, because they're on opposite sides. So here I'm just continuing to ask for engagement, moving my hands around, dancing, singing. And you can see Coco moves his head. Both of them have engagement for a period of time. Yes, reward. And this is something you can do with dogs at all ages. This is a good beginning training session. At least the engagement part and the touch. You can honestly spend this training session took about 15 minutes. Each training session, here Lucian has a hard time with me having my hand up in the air. He wants to look up in the air. So here I am just waiting. I am just waiting for him to break that contact with the food. So then I go to the side. He makes eye contact with me. Yes, reward. So the up top was a little bit too hard for him that time. So we're going to go to the side. So that is why I switched it. So here we're almost all the way up, side, up, eye contact, side, up. He's still looking up a little bit, and then he made eye contact. You can see he's getting frustrated. He's laying down. He doesn't know what I quite want from him. So I would be very easy to ask for something there, but I want him to build that on, kind of free shape that on his own. So here we're asking for touch again. Nothing in my hands. Lucian does not want to touch. He's turning away, so I'm not going to force it. He wants to give me paw. He's not wanting to, so I'll ask Coco. I'm not going to force it if he's turning his head away. I shouldn't have. See, that time he quickly did. He doesn't quite. Touch is still a new command for us. So this is kind of what we did. This is how we did a training session, and this is me telling them to spiel. That's how maybe I'm not spieling. Okay, so we are, my bad. Okay, we are stopping. We are asking them to stay. I was just giving them commands, congrats, or whatever I'm trying to say, good jobs. And then I put the food in front of me, put the food on the ground, lay out his food on the ground. I wait. My hands are behind my back. and go ahead. I use go ahead or free. So go ahead,